Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to episode 6 of XO Plays Spyro 3. In the last episode, we finished off the first boss and arrived at the second hub world. In today's part, we're going to be playing one of my all-time favorite Spyro stages, Icy Peak.
I was supposed to meet Doug to go ice fishing today, but Rhinox have blocked the path with ice, so I can't get through. I've been trying to clear the way with this cannon, but it doesn't even shoot straight. I haven't been able to hit a dang thing all morning.
So, Icy Peak, I think, might be my favorite Spyro level. I'm not sure about that, but it's up there for sure. I don't even know where to begin. I love the music, first of all. This is what Icy Peak's theme is one of my absolute top favorite Spyro songs, easily top 3. I really like this song. I listen to it every winter and it just feels appropriate. I don't know what it is. But this level does have a lot of stuff to do in it. So we do have to... That is, I guess, one downside of it. We're gonna be playing another level later that I hate because of that. I don't know why I like this level but don't like that one, but I guess we'll have time to talk about that when we play that level. But you will have to defeat those birds to get a green gem. Make sure that you're not missing, forgetting about them, or you're gonna have to come back for them. So, I don't think the Sorceress or Rhinox were mentioned at all when Bob was talking just now. But we will be fighting Rhinox in this level, so I guess, and Rhinox will be troubling one of the NPCs we'll be meeting here, so... this level has a much weaker connection to the A-plot of the game, which is, Spyro needs to defeat the Sorceress and get the eggs back. Even though technically the egg part is the main thing we need to do, but... Yeah, I don't know, I talked about it in Ripto's Rage, so I thought I would bring it up here just to be fair. This level really doesn't have nearly as much to do with the Sorceress. I don't know, not as much as other levels, at least. You're still finding eggs, you're still getting treasure back, you're still defeating Rhinox. So, yeah. So these guys are gonna be coming after us. So, but if you flame them before they can get close to you, you'll push them away long enough for the explosives to go off. God, I love this fucking song. It's because of tracks like Icy Peak that I think this game has the best soundtrack in 3. Maybe we can defeat that big Rhinox with this TNT. Or not. I'll take it. And we'll grab those fellas. Yeah, I mean, it's a really... And there's gonna be a fantastic Spyro 1 aha moment that'll be coming up later in the stage as well, so... Yeah, I mean, this level's just got everything. Really fun mini games to play and side quests, really good core gameplay kind of stuff. But it's also pretty straightforward and easy to speedrun as well. It's just got everything I could possibly want. So this is definitely one of my top favorite levels in the game and in the trilogy. We've got a thing in there we could break open. And grab those gems real quick. Head back... Come on, Spyro. I'll head around over to the Cranon real quick. And there is another ice sheet over there, so make sure you shoot that before you leave. And we can get that thing as well. We have the whirlwind we can unlock by clearing out that ice block. But also, make sure that you get that bird. I forgot him in my practice playthrough, and then I spent... I was missing 2 gems, and I'm like, where are those 2 gems? Turns out I forgot to kill a bird, so make sure that you don't forget to kill the bird, is the point. And, fantastic graphics. Those enemies could be troublesome, so make sure you're killing them right away. Because, in my first couple playthroughs, they could fuck me up. So, make sure you're keeping on them, is what I'm saying. Alright, so we're gonna head up here real quick. I believe there's an egg over here, and passage to a couple other areas. There's an egg for you for going out of your way off the beaten path, which is what a good collectathon should do, reward you for your creativity and, thinking outside the box. But that is not the out-of-the-box moment I was discussing earlier. It's gonna be a great one. Let's see if I can't get this TNT. Damn it. Ooh, that was a bit hairy. I promise I'm really gonna retire after this. Get him! Come on, yeah, there we go. So, we'll go grab these gems real quick. We're gonna have a mini game pretty soon, but got some core gameplay stuff to finish up first. And then we're actually pretty close to the end of, you know, like the regular main kind of quest objective for the stage. It'll be just through that door there. Wonder how those ice blocks got there exactly, but, you know, regardless. I just love the way that this level looks, too. I don't know, it's just stars aligned for this one, folks. I don't know what to say exactly. And look at how much better the rate of fire is on this thing compared to, like, the cannons from, God, what was that level? Zephyr? Like, the cannons in Zephyr seem to fire at, like, 2 shots per minute or some shit. Yeah, I can't seem to hit that one, but it looks like it's a head bash one anyway, so... yeah, it's a head bash one, so we're good to go, fam. We'll just hit that real quick. And there we go. Okay, I think... I could have swore I saw one fall off the ledge, which would suck. That's something that happens in Enter the Dragonfly game, and we don't want anything remotely similar to Enter the Dragonfly's problems in this game. But I will talk about the infamous 10 gem when we play Lua Island. Don't you worry, folks.
Step right up, Spyro. Behind this door is the single greatest show on Earth. That's right, ice dancing. Season tickets are available, but you'll have to act fast. I always knew you were a cultured sort of dragon. Well, step right in. The show's about to start.
Alright, so here's our mini game coming up. This one's pretty simple, actually. It's kind of, it feels like something right out of Spyro 2, honestly.
Tonight is my big ice dance performance, and these hockey players are ruining it. Every time I start my routine, they come in and smack me with their sticks. Oh, I sure wish I had a partner. Someone courageous and strong and handsome and purple who breathes fire. Will you please help me perform my ice dance? These mean Rhineck hockey players keep hogging the ice, and all I want to do is dance.
All I ever really wanted to do is skate. That's right.
Thanks, let's go.
Okay, so this is a pretty simple one. Just follow Nancy around, and while she's dancing, hockey Rhinoc players will show up. So I guess, look, we've got Sorceress's minions harassing the local populace. Like, the fact that the Sorceress has an army alone, it's just like, it's kind of a no-brainer to do that, but... Oh man, they really slap-shotted the shit out of her.
That's okay. It didn't hurt as much as it looked. Let's try again.
Okay, so yeah, if you fuck up, that's all that happens. But yeah, basically, you gotta get to the right side of her and flame the guys away when they try to come for her. And as you might imagine, it gets more intense the longer the minigame goes on. And you have limited visibility as well, which, you know, can be kind of annoying. But we have defeated that jerk. And yeah, there's not really that much to say about this minigame. It's not one of the better ones, honestly. It's pretty damn easy, I'm not gonna lie. It is possible to lose, but you'd have to suck pretty badly, honestly. I do like that the camera angle actually works for this. Like, you can see the Rhinocs coming from any direction, and the reflection there even helped out a bit. So it's like, if this were a Spyro 2 minigame, the camera would be normal, and then you'd have to keep constantly spinning around to see where the enemy is. So I do appreciate that the camera's where it needs to be.
We did it. That was my best performance ever. I guess one of the judges didn't like it, though. He threw this egg at me instead of a rose. Why don't you have it?
You gotta like those Canadian accents. By the way, that is a reference to Mark Cerny, who I think works for... He either has his own company. He has a long history with Sony. Is the point? Like, I believe he designed the PS4, and back in the day he used to work at Universal Studios and was involved in the production of both the Spyro series and the Crash series back in the day. So yeah, so that was just kind of like their little nod to him, I guess.
Heh, I put up ice blocks this morning so Bab wouldn't beat me to the ice fishing hole. If you want to try out the hole, you can borrow this fishing lure I've been using.
So yeah, that's the main plot of the stage done and over with. It kind of reminds me of the Rapunzel twist they had in one of the previous levels.
Oh, by the way, feel free to use our gondola whenever you want.
All right, so that's our shortcut from the top to the bottom of the stage. From the bottom to the top, I stop. But yeah, so make sure that you definitely do that first, so that if you need to backtrack through the stage for any reason, you can do that easier. If you don't talk to Doug first, then you will have that problem later on. And I certainly did during my practice playthrough, so don't repeat the same mistake I did. So we are here. Looks like we have a similar mini game to the one in Molten Crater. There are these thieves running around in these supercharged things. Actually, I wonder if it'll let me get that one early, because that would be pretty badass. You got him! You can totally do that! Holy shit! That red guy is normally much more difficult to catch, but only reason I bothered to try that is because you get a skill point for standing on top of that platform. So I thought I'd see it, give that a shot. So like, yeah, you jump on top of the platform and you will receive a skill point for your troubles. It's surprisingly easy to fall down in this area, so make sure you're being careful with that. Chase down this loser real quick. Looks like we have one of those, so we'll go ahead and break it open, grab our gems. And even though there are arrows on the supercharge ramps, you don't necessarily have to be facing in the direction of the supercharge arrows to activate the supercharge per se, so that's something worth noting. Alright, there is a platform we can land on somewhere around here. I always forget how to get to this area. Okay, I think we go this way. And then as we come over this... no. Okay, we'll just follow him for now. And then we'll go find the secret area later. There's a secret area in this place, so... okay, so it's gotta be to our left. Yeah, there it is. So as you can see, there's actually a whirlwind over here. You take the whirlwind upstairs. I mean, damn, this level is just gorgeous. I don't know what it is. It is like pitch perfect for me in terms of what I want out of the level in one of these dang old games. Pretty sure we found everything. Yes. I don't know. But still, no matter how many times I play this game, I still fall in that hole. Thankfully, you don't lose lives here, so it's a little mechanical challenge with core mechanics. Use the supercharge to catch up with the thief and beat them, and it's harder than the one we did in Molten Crater, because the path itself is windier and longer, and the thieves themselves are faster this time. We got both of them, so we're all set, fam. And those egg thieves were not a problem for us. Now that we've done that, we can head back to the main stage and do some cleanup. Grab some things we could not get before. Okay, so you might have noticed that there was a pathway up over here that we have not been to yet. Or yeah, there's a cannon. A couple of those dang old birds flying around, so we gotta shoot them real quick. Let's just say this is not the only level where we will be shooting birds. And the rate of fire in this level is much better than the rate of fire in the other level I'm thinking of. If you've played that level, you know what I'm saying. That is my least favorite level in the game, but this little area. So, okay, so get a load of this, folks. Here is the aha moment I've been building up to. If you do a head bash there, you can crash through and then go under the ice. And there's an entire section with a bunch of gems you couldn't get earlier, but you know, it's kind of nagging you in the face, but while you're on the ice, you can't jump to do the head bash, so you have to do it from that upper level. But yeah, something about that just feels really satisfying. I'm not sure what exactly, but anyways, since we've opened the gondola, we can actually go back that way to get up to that upper area much quicker, so we're gonna do that real quick. Go grab that gondola. There it comes. Otherwise, we'd have to walk all the way around, and certainly if you didn't bother to talk to Doug first, that is what you would have to do, so yeah. You'll be able to play the level much more efficiently this way. Right, so all that's left is whatever's over here, so we'll go grab it real quick. And it's one of those things where even though you're not supposed to have the treasure finder at this point in the game, as long as you're thorough, you shouldn't miss anything. Usually when you kill the birds, the gem will just sort of fly right into you, so you don't have to worry about, like, walking to grab it, usually. And the last couple gems and the last egg are all over here. Reese. Bomb for Reese. Yeah, so that should be it. Level complete. We have found all the gems. We have found all of the eggs. That's it for Icy Peak, my lovelies. And we've still got 5 minutes left. I kind of want to wrap up after this stage. So let's go play our Speedway for this area. That'll be a good way to wrap up the part. And we can play the other stages later. As you can see, Moneybags is up there and has there might be another character that we could play as, locked up over there. We're gonna save that for later. For now, we're gonna go play the Speedway real quick. Country Speedway, which is one of the, I don't know, even though it's not the best one, for some reason it is, whenever I think of Speedways in the Spyro trilogy, my mind instantly goes to Country Speedway for some reason. Right, so gameplay-wise is pretty similar to most other speedways, not really much super different about this. As always, I recommend, when it comes to stuff on the ground that are like running around, I recommend going against the grain because it is faster overall. Like, look at how quickly we're bashing through these guys. And we just so happen to end up right next to the cow, so that it all works out. Like I was getting at. Defeat these cows, and I don't know, it would be nice. Looks like there's one more cow over here we're gonna have to get first. It would be nice if they had brought back skill points for the speedways, because it does feel like there are a lot of strategies to get better times in the speedways. One thing they did change compared to Spyro 1 and 2 is it used to be that in order to keep your time up and beat the challenge before it was over, you had to keep getting enemies in quick sequence. They've changed that, and it looks like I actually failed this one. Yeah, I failed. I'm gonna have to try again, my lovelies. So I guess we'll follow Sparks' strategy this time. Or maybe I could, you know, try getting the planes in reverse instead. Because I can't seem to learn my damn lesson. Yeah, there's one plane, another plane. But yeah, in the flight stages in Spyro 1 and the speedway stages from Spyro 2, how it always worked was you had to keep getting things in a sequence. That was how you kept your time low. But in Spyro 3, that's not how it works. In Spyro 3, you are given all the time you could possibly have in the stage right off the bat, and you are then incentivized to, I don't know, like basically you get started out with a minute and a half, and then, instead of making it so that each time you kill a cow, for example, you get 3 seconds, like in the older games. Last tractor should be back over this way. If I fail this again, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, there we go. We're done. I'm pretty sure that if you do have to end up retrying, if you do end up having to play it again, then, I don't know who was selling my egg.
I'm gonna work on the next AAA.
And now we're gonna do the race. Alright, so basically this is the same deal as the last race we played, which I didn't actually talk about the gameplay of all that much. Basically, how this works is there's a trail of red dots with a bunch of green checkpoint rings on them. In order to finish the race, you do have to go through all of the green rings. So there's a specific route through the stage you have to play in order to finish the race. And unlike Spyro 4, the routes that you end up taking actually do feel, somewhat interesting. And they're not just loops. Like, it's really interesting that the way that they actually go about doing that, but regardless. There's actually a third one down there that I missed that might actually cost me the race, but I don't know. This one I find is like, I was surprised I got first place in that first one. I do find, like I've been talking about the adjusted difficulty in this game. Like, if you do really well, then you get... If you do really well with the minigames, then it ups it to a harder level of difficulty, so that, And I find that these racing minigames are actually pretty damn challenging, honestly. Way more than you'd think, actually. You do have to be, you have to know the race course, you have to know where these blue star things are. If you aren't taking the star rings, you are not gonna catch up in time. So it's a test of your mechanical skills, and a test of how well you can pay attention to the level design. So, I think these levels are just fine, but they are challenging. I'll have to give them that, and trying to get into first place can be pretty damn tricky sometimes if you're, especially if you haven't played, if you don't know the course as well as you could. But as you can see, it is possible to get into first place, even in the hard difficulty, but, obviously it's gonna take some practice. So, yeah, blue rings are gonna help you catch up, and they're usually, like, kind of hidden off to the side. Sometimes they're actually trying to reach one, even if you could see it. Takes longer and is kind of more cumbersome than just going straight to your destination, so yeah, it's definitely something you're gonna have to pay attention to. You can't afford to miss some, but the more that you miss, the more likely it is that you're gonna lose the race. So, as you can see, I won in my first try, but I have a practice playthrough to my name, and trust me, I did not win this on my first try in the practice playthrough. I just got lucky here. You have received another dragon egg, which is named after Dr. Shemp for some reason. Apparently that was some kind of inside gag at Insomniac. Yeah, this sort of stuff we already know. Apparently that was a thing at Insomniac, that if the code didn't compile properly, somebody, quote, got the Shemp. Something to that effect. Here's our Hunter challenge for the stage.
Spyro,
You're not gonna believe this, but there are sheep saucers and space cows all over this place. We gotta stop them before they abduct anybody. I'm gonna strap on my jetpack and blast some space cows. Look out, cows! Here I come!
So once again, that's kind of the weird theme. And by the way, those guys right there, those farmer characters, we'll actually be seeing them again in Into the Dragonfly. Like a similar character design in Crop Circle Country, which is based on a similar plot as this. The space cows and sheep saucers from Metropolis are back again. Like literally the same character models as the last time that they appeared. And this minigame reminds me a lot of the minigame from Canyon Speedway and Spyro 2, which was, you know, the desert canyon kind of speedway from the last game, where Spyro flew around on a remote-controlled little thing and had to shoot at targets. This has the exact same control scheme, same idea. Hunter is flying around in his jetpack, and you have to aim and shoot at the space cows and whatnot before they abduct or hurt anyone. I believe the sheep saucers can shoot bombs at you and stuff, so you're gonna want to kill them as well. And yeah, I mean, in terms of gameplay, this is pretty simple, pretty difficult to fail. I don't know, it could be a little harder, honestly, like maybe if they had tightened up the timing. I do find that the control on the cursor is just fine. Yeah, look, if you see those farmer guys.
We got the last one just before he abducted this egg.
There's our third egg, and remember, if you're applying the Black Label version of this title, you will want to get that right away, right after you get the other two. Do not leave this place without getting all 3 eggs if you own the Black Label version, but I know. You should not be playing the Black Label version is the point. You should be playing the superior, definitive, greatest hits version. Because, I don't know, we'll talk about some of the musical changes that happened, some of the musical flaws, rather, of the Black Label version in the next session, but yeah, don't play the Black Label version. If you have never played the Black Label or the Greatest Hits version before, go do that. Go buy yourself a Green Label copy and make that the copy you always play, because that is the definitive, true version of Spyro 3. Regardless. Join me in part 7, and we will continue our romp through the Midday Gardens stages. We've only actually played 1 of them so far. We have 3 more to go. I'll see you guys next time.